Hi gang, today we're going to be using the distributive property to solve word problems. Some will be very similar to the last two that we saw in yesterday's notes. Others will be more real world type problems that need to be solved. So let's take a look at what we got. Number one, a quarter of the sum of a number and 40 is equivalent to 17. Find the number. So again, remember when it says the word of, that means you are multiplying. When it says the word sum, that means you're adding. And in order to multiply a whole sum by something, you need parentheses. So in this case, we're going to have 1/4 of a number plus 40 equals 17. We start by distributing by multiplying all terms inside the parentheses by the number outside. So we have 1/4 of n plus 40 times a fourth, which is 40 divided by 4, which equals 10, equals 17. Now we get rid of the constant being positive 10, and subtract 10 from both sides, resulting in 1/4 of n equals 7. Last, we get rid of the coefficient, which is 1/4, and the opposite of multiplying by a fourth is multiplying by 4, because that's its reciprocal, resulting in n equals 28. So a pretty simple equation that you can do easily. All right, so you're going to do number 2 without my help. You can pause the video or go on and come back to it later. Let's take a look at number 3. Now we have a more real world problem. So a one-day pass to an amusement park costs $40 plus an additional fee for parking per person. If 15 people attend the park, the total cost is $675. Find the price per person for parking. So we know there's 15 total, and each of those 15 have to pay the $40 and the fee per parking. Let's use P for parking. All together, they spend $675. So solving this equation will give you the price for parking. So we're going to start by distributing the 15 into the parentheses. 15 times 40, 15 times P. Well, 15 times 40 is 15 times 4 with an extra 0 on the end. So that's 15 times 4, which is 60, with an extra 0 makes 600, plus 15P equals 675. Getting rid of the constant, which is 600, it's positive 600, so we're going to subtract it. We get 15P equals 75. And last, we divide by the coefficient, which is 15, and we find that 75 divided by 15 is 5. Now, if you don't know that math fact, obviously you can use your calculator, but I would hope that maybe you have that fact down. 75 divided by 15 is one that you're going to see often. Multiples of 15 should come pretty easily to you. If they don't, practice writing them out. 0, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, and so on. You don't really need the 0. Not quite sure why I said that. All right, so in this case, the price for parking at this park is $5. The price to enter the park is $40. Not quite sure why they didn't just make the whole price $45. Maybe the parking place is not affiliated with the park and they're trying to get some extra money. All right, let's see the next problem. Number 4, a volleyball uniform costs $15 for a shirt, $10 for pants, and X dollars for socks. If a coach has 12 players and spends a total amount of $396 before taxes, find how much each pair of socks costs. So we know the variable is socks. We know there are 12 people total. So all 12 of those people need $15 shirts, $10 pants, and X dollars for socks. And altogether, there's a cost of $396. So now we have our equation. We could distribute the 12 right away, but I'm going to simplify this first. This is 12 times 25 plus x equals 396. 15 plus 10 is equivalent to 25, so I just simplified it. Now I'm going to distribute 12 times 25 and 12 times x equals the 396. Well, 12 times 25, I could do in my head. 2 times 25 is 50, and 10 times 25 is 250. So my final answer is going to be 300. I'll explain how I just did that again. 12 times 5, or 2 times 25 is the 50, and 10 times 25 is 250. Adding those together, I get 300. So we can break that number 12 into 10 plus 2 and then multiply. if you want to be able to do those kinds of numbers in your head easily, that's how you would do it. Then 12 times x is plus 12x equals 396. Get rid of the constant by subtracting 300 from both sides, resulting in 12x equals 96. Then divide by 12 and find our answer. Now, again, this is multiples of 12. So if you want to count it by 12s until you get to 96, be my guest. Okay? If you know it, awesome. If you need a calculator, fine. But challenge yourself. If time is not a factor, try to see if you can do it without a calculator. So for 12 to 96, well, we have 12 times 1 is 12, times 2 is 24, times 3 is 36, times 4 is 48, times 5 would be 12 more, which is 60, times 6 is 72, times 7 is 84, times 8, 12 more than 84, is 96. So our final answer, the price of socks, is x equals 8. All right, let's see what we got in store for us next. You're on your own. So you're going to now try numbers 5 through 8 on your own. Also, number 2, I believe, was left blank. So make sure you get those all done. Raise your hand if you need help. Chat with your partner. Check in as you finish each one. Then complete today's exit ticket and move on to the homework.